Tonight in Medical Rounds, as we age, or as I like to say, as we gain more life experience, our eyesight doesn't seem to be what it once was. But how do you know when you should see the eye doctor? Well, joining us live from Hartford Hospital is Dr. Mary Gina Ratchford. She is a board-certified ophthalmologist and surgeon. Good evening, Dr. Ratchford, and thanks for being with us tonight.
Oh, good evening. Thanks for having me.
Well, let's get right to that question. How does age really affect eyesight?
Well, as you know, with the advances in modern medicine, people are living longer. And with that, people well into their 80s and 90s are driving, reading, sewing, watching their grandkids. But the eye does age despite that. And if you look at the visual pathways, there's structures in the front of the eye that focus the light. There's receptors inside the eye which absorb the light and send it off to the brain, and there's visual pathways in the brain that interpret that information. So each one of those pathways can be affected by the aging process.
So what would be some common eye conditions that would be associated with the aging process?
Yeah, so one of the most common conditions we see are cataracts, which is a natural cloudiness of the natural lens of the eye. We also can see dry eye, which is due to decreased tear production. We see decreased pupil size, which does not allow us enough light into the eye, and decreasing sensitivity of those receptors, which can lead to decreased color sensitivity, decreased contrast sensitivity, and decrease in peripheral vision.
Well, here's the question for you. How do you know when it's time to see a doctor? You know, most people may run to the drugstore and buy some readers and think that they can handle whatever's going on. I'm sure you've seen plenty of that. But when do you know when it's time to see a doctor?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would say at the age of 65, everybody should be getting a yearly eye exam by their ophthalmologist. This is especially important in those who are being treated for diabetes, even in the absence of visual symptoms. Other more warning signs are sudden or temporary loss of vision, increase in flashes and floaters, blind spots, or sudden loss of your peripheral vision. That should prompt a phone call and a more urgent visit.
Okay, great information. We thank you so much, Dr. Ratchford. And those